The Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Mr. Jamiu Ali Balogun, has met with officials of the British Council. The meeting is aimed at strengthening the existing relationship between the British Council and the Ministry.
We thank you so much for visiting us, for wanting to deepen the relationship that has lasted for many years. And on behalf of the Honorable Commissioner and the entire team of the Ministry of Education, we want to assure you of our continued support. And anytime you beckon on us, we'll be there to really give our cooperation.
Issues discussed include how to strengthen English language proficiency among teachers and students and how to improve the school curriculum and non-formal education.
The presentation I made was, to focus on the programs we have in education that are relevant to the ministry. Taking us through the work we're doing in English, strengthening English language proficiency for teachers and as well as for school leaders. It's about the work we're doing in the schools, primary and secondary, both at system level, institutional level, and then at individual teachers and school leaders level. Obviously, we're working at system level, trying to strengthen the curriculum with National Education Research and Development Council, working with Teacher Registration Council of Nigeria, to enhance school leadership practices. We're piloting a program at the moment in terms of entrepreneurship and enterprise skill development and leadership pathways for young people. And then interestingly, again, we're using Lagos as one of the 3 states we're piloting it, hoping that, the evaluation of the program will lead to more scale up.
We've had a long-standing relationship with the ministry and with the directors to share a little bit more about the work that we're doing in the British Council in education in Lagos State, and that's from capacity building with teachers and school leaders through to working on curricula and policy reform, looking at digital and 21st century skills for learners to improve learning outcomes. And there was a real good exchange of conversation, of steers from the Honourable Commissioner around us working together for that mutually beneficial partnership.
The Commissioner assured the British Council team of the state government support for all the activities and programs initiated by the Council.
We want to see a Lagos where education works, where we can be in competition with the global practice. So where we can see the best happening in our environment, basically within our education system. What works anywhere now is passion for skill. And that is the skill you have that will make you there tomorrow. You will be a cobbler, and then before we know it, in the next 2-3 years you are a millionaire. So let us see that. The pragmatic approach to skill acquisition. Probably you collaborate with our government colleges, or if you want to be on your own, let us see you physically on ground. That this is British Council Vocational Education Center in Lagos. We want to see that in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. It is feasible. It is practicable. It's about pragmatism. So that is what we want.
The Commissioner also met with officials of Nigerian Breweries.
We expect more from other organizations to partner with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education in the area of urgent needs, because the government cannot do it all. We are aware that there is a limited resources, and we have huge population in Lagos State to take care of in terms of students, in terms of everyday demands for us to build a school, most especially in new areas, in the rural areas, Ikorodu, Epe, Ibejuleki, Badagry, and all those areas. We are more or less in a global world whereby competition is more or less an in thing, and if we want to compete favorably with others, ICT is more or less the in thing for our schools. And probably we are looking at your next project, kindly factor that in. and we appreciate you always.
The impact of books donation cannot be overemphasized. I mean, everybody knows that government cannot do it all alone by itself. A whole lot of our parents are not able to afford books for their students, and we have seen this as part of our intervention to support of the parents and the students by extension, by the provision of these textbooks to aid their performances. They have to take good care of these books, because sustainability is of essence to us as a donor, right? We want to come back someday and still see this book being relevant, being as clean as possible, not torn, right? So that other students who are coming some 2-3 years after can still use these books and find them in very readable and neat forms.
With partnerships like this, the Lagos State basic and secondary education sector will achieve more success.